Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So Ethereum is coming down pretty much as expected, but in a very direct fashion. So we talked about it only yesterday, that we should get to 2,700, which is the 100% extension of the initial A wave down. How exactly we're getting there will have to be seen. I've got two pathways here, which I shared with you, which are still very much active and very much valid. The only thing is I raised my doubts about the white scenario because if we look at the overall target, which points towards 2,700, it would mean that we are already in the fifth wave, and it would just have to be either a very long extended wave A, which it might do now, or an extended C wave, okay? In the yellow count, it might make a little bit more sense, but it's looking much more messy, actually, much messier, you know, looking at the microstructure here, especially all this stuff. But we can follow both. It doesn't matter so much. The resistance is between, at the moment, let me adjust that. Again, resistance will be adjusted throughout the day. If I make another video, you'll get the update. Sometimes I make only one ETH video a day because they're just not very popular, these ETH videos. But I cover it frequently in the membership, especially on days when something happens. As a gold member, you get these additional updates every day, several times a day, and if I change resistance specifically. But sometimes nothing happens. I mean, there's no point just repeating. Here, however, at the moment, I think we should be close to completing at least this A wave or whatever it is. You know, if it's an A wave or maybe it's something part of that third wave there. I think the resistance would be fairly similar, however. Let me just double check that. What the resistance would be in the yellow count. Yeah, it would be the same because it would end at the golden ratio level. So that's pretty good. So we can just keep it as it is. And then the resistance is currently defined between 3,272 and 3,430. So in the white count, we're dealing with a fifth wave down and an A, B, C structure. And as I said yesterday, there is no need to get to 2,700, but it is going to be my assumption just based on probabilities until the market gives me a first upside break of resistance, because it is just the most likely pathway to test that 100% extension level. There are additional support levels before, however, especially here, 3,120 and 2,920. These are additional support levels, FIB support levels, and we might get a bounce here to start the B wave. It's certainly going down. I mean, I shouldn't say more aggressively than expected, because I did actually mention yesterday that somewhere there needs to be an extension, but it is overextended. Maybe I should rather call it like that. The decline here, whatever it is, if it's an A wave, it looks like a 5-wave move, right? It seems extended, okay? Which would rather suggest we are somewhere in a third wave here. But then we could get a 4 and another move down in 5, and that should then be an ABC structure. So we'll see. It would, if it, you know, in terms of being aligned with Bitcoin, it would rather be the white count, but one of them might be lying. I mean, maybe my interpretation of the micro interpretation of the Bitcoin chart is not correct, and we're also extending like in the yellow count on the Bitcoin chart, right? But even then we should get another 4-5 pattern anyway. So still don't have any evidence that the correction is finished. Rather, the momentum to the downside is quite high, which does not yet really allow for the interpretation that the correction is directly finished. I need to see whatever happens. I need to see an impulsive reaction to a support level to, let's say, believe that a correction is over. So until then, we focus on lower. And if you zoom out here a little bit, I mean, it really looks as if we go down a little bit lower to complete that A, B, C structure. Bear in mind, this could turn into some kind of a messy wave 4 sideways triangle, but I need more evidence for that, okay? And triangles have become very rare. It would then be an A, B, C, and here, this area could specifically be relevant between 3,120 and 2,920, and then another DE, okay? This is possible. So if we don't make that one more low, or that lower low, and we don't get to 2,700, well, that would be our first indication that maybe a triangle is unfolding. But triangles have become very rare. They often turn into something different. and there's at the moment no evidence for a triangle. That's my update about Ethereum. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.